Hey there, my name is Susanna. I am a commercial real estate photographer, and in this video, I'll be talking about my gear mistakes. First mistake is buying gear too soon. So for example, I had one shoot recently where I needed a gimbal. So I rented the gimbal for that shoot, but then I went home and bought the gimbal, which was a terrible decision because I didn't have any other reason to buy that gimbal other than I think I want to start doing more video work. And if you think you're going to be doing more video work and you're willing to put in the time and effort to find those clients, then maybe there's a good reason to buy that gear before you need it. But I would suggest renting and learning with that gear is better than just going out and buying that gear, especially if you really don't need that gear right now. Next is buying gear before you can pay for it outright. This is not financial advice, but I would hazard to say that it's better to have the money to pay 100% of that, even if you do it in installments, because what if you don't get another gig? So have the money before you buy the gear. And lastly is buying gear brand new. As fun as it is to open up a brand new box, unless you absolutely have the money to just throw away, I'd say buy used. That way you're not eating the initial cost of the brand new gear, and you can stretch that money further into maybe other gear that you need or other builds that you might have. And there are plenty of places to get used gear that is high quality. Places that I've used are MPB, Adorama, I think it's Adorama, and B&H are good places that you can find used gear. Let me know if you have a place that you like in the comments below, preferably ones that are reputable. That's kind of important. But the ones that I listed are reputable companies, and I haven't had any problem with them. And just as a side note, those three companies also will buy your gear, assuming that they sell that in stores. So that's something else to look into. So I talked about my mistakes in buying gear too early, or when I didn't have the money, etc. But what about when to buy gear? So I would say the inverse is true. If you have multiple gigs coming up, you know for a fact that you have those gigs coming up, not just somebody said, oh, we'd love to use you in the future, or you've rented it in the past and it doesn't make any sense for you to rent that gear anymore, which I'd count as one. And then the second one is you have the money to buy that gear and you're looking to get into that space. And again, it doesn't make sense for you to rent the gear anymore. And preferably you'd have the money in full to pay for that gear, like I mentioned before. Other than that, renting gear can be a really great way for you to try out gear for those one-off shoots that require gear that you wouldn't otherwise need. And the place that I use is called Aperture Rent, which is only in, I think, 4 cities. So if there's something similar to that, again, a reputable place that allows you to rent gear. But in general, finding a gear rental place that is fairly close to you, that has reasonable prices, and reasonable prices, I would say just go and look what other people are renting their gear for. They have an option for protection plans just in case you break the gear. And I don't know what the other one would be, but anywho. And then when to rent that gear. You have a one-off gig where it doesn't make sense to buy the gear. If you want to try out a piece of equipment, but you're not sure if you want to put all the money down on that. But I would say with that, don't go crazy. It's really easy for you to just constantly be trying gear out willy-nilly and then not realize that you've essentially paid for a brand new lens or brand new camera. So I think that's pretty much it. I'll probably do a more in-depth video at some point in the future, but for now, this is all I have. If there's anything I missed, let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, thank you so much for your time and have a lovely day. A reputable place. It's so hard to say that word.